Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. We left off last time with Maho being naked not once, but twice. And a little bit of what I felt, anyway, as some deep conversation between Maho and Okabe. And I can only assume now that she's dreaming. Yeah, it says she dreamed of a smiling Kurisu. I should have gone one more spot, and I would have been in a better spot. Oh well. Maho and I stayed at Ferris's house for several days after that. Now that Kurisu's computer was destroyed, the odds that anyone would come after us had gone way down, but there was still a chance. Just to be extra careful, I stayed away from the lab.
Maho, Rintaro.
Leonardo! Dr. Leskinen looked a little thinner since the last time I'd seen him.
Maho mo taihen datta ne.
Get out of here with your porcelain skin! Dr. Leskinen held Maho tightly in his huge arms. The difference in size between them was so great that Maho looked like some kind of stuffed animal. Dr. Leskinen and Maho were leaving the country in the afternoon on a weekday, so I was the only one who could see them off. Since I'd been with Maho the whole time, instead of only seeing them off, I'd actually just brought her there. Maho, after all, was the kind of person who was incapable of getting to an airport on her own. I was amazed she'd survived this long, given her lack of basic skills. We'd held Maho's goodbye party last night at Ferris's house. Ferris was there, and so were Mayuri and Daru, and the others from the Christmas party. All were sad to see her go.
Rintaro, Maho to issho ni ite kurete arigatou. Hontou ni sewa ni natta ne.
いえ、
それでうちの研究室にはいつ頃来られるのかな。
えっと
He wasn't kidding about that, huh?
勉強して少しでも早く行けるように頑張ります。その時は俺から連絡しても。
もちろんいつでも待っているからね。
He smiled as he took my hand and shook it. I was really glad to hear it. After meeting Amadeus, my desire to go to Victor Condria had only increased.
岡部さん、お礼を言わせて。いろいろとありがとう。あなたがいなかったら、私は今頃命はなかったかもしれないわ。
大げさだな。
いいえ、本心よ。本当に感謝している。私もあなたのことを待っているから。頑張っ。
あ、君も研究を頑張ってくれ。
それでリンタロウ、事前に連絡しておいた通り、アメデウスのアクセス権は今日ここで解除させてもらうことになるんだ。いいね。
はい。
Evidently, they couldn't leave me with access to Amadeus after they left the country. I was only supposed to test her during their stay here, anyway.
クリスに最後に挨拶するかい？
そうですね。あ、じゃあ一言だけいいですか？
もちろん。
I tapped the icon for Amadeus.
何？私にもお別れの挨拶してくれるの？
Kurisu was expressionless for some reason.
まあな。必要なかったか？
私なんかよりも先に真帆先輩には挨拶したんでしょうね。ちゃんとしたわよ。
Maho interjected before I could speak.
それならいいけど。
Kurisu was inside my screen. Was it a good thing that I'd spoken to her like this? Or a bad thing? In the end, I knew I needed to forget about Makise Kurisu, but I couldn't. I couldn't escape from this curse.
アクセス権がなくなったらもう会えなくなるな。
まあ私の話し相手になってくれたことには多少は感謝してる。レスキネン教授の研究室に来る可能性はあるんでしょ。一応再会する時まであんたのことは覚えておいてあげる。
ツンデレだな。
Tsundere. Let's learn about the Tsunderes, everyone. A character who is Tsun, prickly and cold in public, but who becomes dere, warm and loving in private. Also, the personality type itself. However, in recent years, the definition has become somewhat vague. We all love our Tsunderes.
ツンデレ？何それ？知らない言葉を使わないで。
顔が赤いぞ。
この子照れてるわ。
クリスはシャイだね。
教授まで。
元気でというのはちょっと違うな。君は別に病気にはならないわけだし、あまりヒアジョーさんのことをからかうなよ。
はいはい、言われなくても分かってるわよ。
それならいいんだ。
あんたがいつかそんな風に寂しそうに笑うんじゃなくて、心の底から笑える日が来るといいわね。
I guess even an AI could see right through me. Makise Kurisu really was one heck of a woman.
それじゃ。
あ、
Kurisu disappeared from my screen. I turned to Dr. Leskinen and nodded, deleting the Amadeus icon from my screen.
アクセス権の解除は後でこちらで手続きしておくよ。テスターとして協力してくれてありがとう。貴重なデータが取れた。
That just reminds me of the story I heard. It was something on the internet at some point where someone's mom grounded their kid and went and deleted the Internet Explorer like icon from the desktop so she wouldn't be able to go on the internet. It just reminds me of that.
こちらこそありがとうございました。
I bowed deeply to both Maho and Dr. Leskinen as I watched their plane take off into the distance. I noticed that it felt like there was a hole in my heart. I clutched my phone tightly. Its connection to Amadeus was gone. I mean, you could re-download the app, I'm sure. Presage or recognize? Oh no, not her again. Dang it!
かがりちゃん、今日から私とあなたは正式な親子になるのよ。
This wasn't how I wanted to spend the rest of the episode. This was when Kaguri was 6. She'd been living in a facility for war orphans and getting treatment at a dedicated clinic next door. It was a completely different place than the normal hospitals, which were overflowing with casualties from the war. It was an idyllic garden, shut off from the despair of the outside world so that the children could live in peace. This is where she'd met her mom. Mom, Shina Mayuri, was a Class 2 caregiver at the facility who was always very nice to her.
本当？ママがかがりの本当のママになるの？ええ、そうよ。やった！
It was impossible to express with words how happy Kaguri had felt. Being Mom's real daughter meant that Kaguri had become her real name. Kaguri became Sheena Kaguri.
ほら、くっつかないの。かがりちゃんは甘えん坊さんね。じゃあ、ここから出られるんだよね。ママと一緒に暮らせるんだよね。ごめんね。かがりちゃんにはもう少し治療が必要みたいなの。
そういうことなんだ。
Ah, yes, my name is Doctor.
あ、先生。
Kaguri didn't know the doctor's name, but he was a nice old man who was always kind to her.
あと半年もすれば終わるからね。それまで我慢するんだよ。
半年もですか？この前のお話ではあと2週間ぐらいで大丈夫だと。
それは身体的な傷の話なんだ。東京大空襲で子供が受けた心的外傷後ストレスは大人の比ではないからね。それに昨日の診断で分かったことなんだが、かがりちゃんはまだ怖い夢を見るらしい。
そうなの？かがりちゃん。そんなことないもん。もう怖い夢なんて見ないよ。楽しい夢ばっかりだよ。楽しい。
かがりちゃん、嘘は良くないよ。それでは治療はもっと長引いてしまう。夜中に怖い夢にうなされて起きることが未だによくあるのだと昨日話してくれたよね。
まあ、そうなの。
この子の脳内に空爆の記憶が恐怖として残っている証拠だろうね。きちんと治療しておかなければ後で取り返しがつかなくなる。
I keep getting distracted by these chairs. They seem very strange, like you can't actually sit next to anybody because all of the chairs are like facing away from each other.
そうですね。
というわけで治療を続けてもよろしいかね、お母さん。
はい。かがりちゃん、頑張って悪い病気をやっつけようね。
Mom rubbed her head. Kaguri felt so at peace that she could cry.
わかった。
いい子だ。
じゃあまた後でね、かがりちゃん。
Mom took her hand away, and instead the doctor took Kaguri's hand. She was taken to the usual room. There was a white reclining chair, and next to it some kind of mechanical system connected to a headset.
聞こえる、いつもの声。
君はママを守るんだ。この
God?
世界を
Is that you?
守るんだ。そのために君は生まれてきたんだよ。
God, are you applying voice modulation to your voice again? Sound weird. She couldn't remember when she started hearing the voice. But by the time she was 6, whenever she was worried, uncertain, or in trouble, she could hear it. It was always kind and strong, and it always cheered her up. In Kaguri's foolish mind, she started to think it might be the voice of God. Since only she could hear it, everyone else said it was just an illness. But Mom was the only person who believed her.
ママを守るんだ。だから治療頑張るんだ。
Kaguri's young heart was filled with the hope that she could someday live with Mom. Oh wow. It's bad here. It's bad. As soon as she opened the door, Sheena Kaguri was struck by an unpleasant wave of heat. It was early June, and this was the first day to hit summer temperatures. It was hot enough that just walking outside could cause you to sweat. But this small Japanese-styled room had thick curtains, and the windows were closed. The room was dark and cramped, and there were so many clothes on the floor that there was no place to stand. It wasn't just clothes. There were all kinds of filthy things. Bags with half-eaten snack bread still in them, half-rotted food packs, plastic convenience store bags overflowing with trash, all scattered around the floor. In the area around the half-naked girl sitting against the wall was covered in bandages and gauze soaked with blood and pus. There were bandages tied around her exposed stomach, chest, and limbs, but these too were soaked with blood. The room was filled with a sickeningly sweet stench, though there was no way to know if it was coming from the garbage or coming from her. Moeka, what are you doing? The owner of the room, Kiryu Moeka, raised her head and looked at her, eyes filled with hope.
M4 まだ生きてたか。
Is that Kaguri? That sounds a little different. When she saw Kaguri, who was still wearing her shoes as she came into the room, her shoulders slumped.
FB ちゃんない。誰？命の恩人に向かってひどい言い草ね。
That doesn't sound like Kaguri at all. Like not young Kaguri or old Kaguri. That sounds like somebody different. Moeka gave a painful cough and spit up some stomach fluid mixed with blood. It stained her thighs and the floor. Ow. Her wounds must have opened again, because the bandages around her stomach began to turn red. She'd spent 5 months like this, with no treatment from a doctor. Moeka had gotten into a gunfight with the Russian army, and failed her mission as a rounder. She'd lost 2 of her companions, and her target, Makise Kurisu's laptop, was also destroyed. They pinned the blame on her. She was wounded and almost killed. Okay, so this is 5 months after what happened with the gunfight and stuff. Okay. It was Kaguri who saved her and brought her to this room. But if someone with a gunshot wound went to the hospital, the police would be notified. And for that reason, she'd never gotten any real treatment. Her wounds had become infected, and even 5 months later, they still brought her incredible pain. Her terrible fever hadn't let up at all, and it wasn't rare for it to go from 39 degrees to over 40. But Moeka didn't seem very interested in her wounds. She was more interested in sending messages, with the phone in her hands. She must have been sending more messages to her beloved boss. In the past 5 months, she'd sent almost 1,000. Cell phone companies hate her.
どうして FB どうして返事をくれないの
FB was Moeka's boss and the Rounders. A woman who always gave orders to Moeka via text message. Moeka worshipped her, to a degree that far exceeded what could occur within a normal employee relationship. The shock of being abandoned by FB had hurt her many more times than her actual wounds. Kaguri tossed the bag she had slung over her shoulder at Moeka's feet, along with 2 plastic bags. The backpack was filled with medicine that wasn't available without a doctor's prescription. Along with it was a whole box of illegal drugs used only for the treatment of severe pain. Normally, these would be kept under strict control at a hospital, where no normal person could get them. Both of the plastic bags were filled with canned goods, and other things Kagure had chosen because they had the lowest probability of spoiling.
生きる気がなくなったら言うといいわ。代わりに毒でも持ってきてあげるから。
I'm trying to see if I can pick this voice. Like, it sounds familiar, so I feel like it's some character in the story, but I'm not drawing the connection right off. But Moeka didn't seem to notice Kagure at all anymore. She was completely unresponsive. Kagure had gotten used to her attitude over the last 5 months. But she wasn't just going to go home today. She wordlessly reached for Moeka's cell phone. Moeka tried to resist, but evidently she had no strength left. Kagure was easily able to grab the phone. It was covered in blood and pus, but Kagure forced it into her pocket without hesitation. Moeka started crawling towards her. It was like something out of a zombie movie.
勘違いしないで。FB から新しい命令よ。
I can't place it. I don't know what it is, but it's something familiar. Moeka froze.
FB の命令。そう、受け取りなさい。
Kagure took another cell phone out of her pocket. It was the same Japanese cell phone that Moeka had been using, minus the dirt and bloodstains.
今までの回線はロシアやアメリカの諜報部に傍受されていて使えないわ。だから今後はこっちを使って指令が来る。
Moeka reached a trembling hand out towards the phone. And in an instant, she snatched it away and clutched it to her chest like it was her own child.
FB はこの携帯ならメールをくれるの？多分もう来てるはずよ。
It almost sounds like Suzuha. But it's not Suzuha, but it sounds close. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Moeka quickly opened the screen on the phone. When she saw the words on the screen, tears started to flow down her face.
M4 私の可愛い娘大変だったわね。私もとても心を痛めています。失敗したことは残念だったけれど、あなたが生きていてくれて本当によかった。早く傷を治して私からの次のメールを待っていてね。今度こそ任務を完全に遂行し、私の信頼を取り戻して、あなたのことを心から信じて、私の大切な大切な娘 FB よりわざわざ読み上げなくてもいいのに。
Of course, this message wasn't from FB. Kaguri had written it herself. Keep someone at the brink of death for 5 months, then give them exactly what they want as bait, and you can easily put anyone under your control. Kaguri knew this well. The light suddenly returned to Moika's face. She spilled out the contents of Kaguri's backpack like a woman possessed.
傷を治したいの。FB の信頼答えなくちゃ。それでいい M4。
Kaguri smiled, satisfied, and knelt down in front of her.
私が治療してあげるわ。包帯を全部取りなさい。
When Kaguri left the apartment, the sun had set. She'd spent several hours treating Moika's wounds. Her hand still smelled of medicine. It wouldn't go away for days, possibly. She sighed and put on her full-face motorcycle helmet, then went to the parking lot and got on her bike.
Kami-samaの声、そろそろ聞こえるかな?
She whispered. Of course, then again, when I'm used to hearing Kaguri's voice, it's either little kid Kaguri or it's older Kaguri, but she still kind of sounds like a kid in the way she talks sometimes. So I'm kind of wondering if this is like hardened criminal Kaguri, She's got like a much rougher voice or something. She took off on her motorcycle. So yeah, this is about 5 months later. July, yep. That's one thing I've noticed. I thought about this. The first Steins Gate, a lot of the times, a lot of the endings took place relatively, very shortly after we made the decision. Maybe a week or two later and the ending would happen. Whereas most of these endings are happening 6 months to a year after the, you made the decision. Just something kind of interesting. I'm going to stop up there, and we'll be back in a couple days for another one, hopefully. But hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Steins Gate Zero. Bye!